Hey everybody, welcome to AJS News. This is the first of two videos we got for you today.
But first, a word from our sponsors.
Hey guys, it's our favorite sponsor. I hate it when people tell me what to do, what I can do on the internet, what I can see on the internet, what access I have to on the internet. That's why I use and we use Surfshark.
There are so many people trying to tell you what you can and can't watch, and a VPN is a great way to get around it right now, no matter where you live. There's all sorts of things that are geo-blocked. There are things in Netflix. The greatest movies in the world are probably not on your Netflix. And if you use a VPN
In your region,
yeah.
Switch your region.
Sharknado.
Why do we use Surfshark, Joe?
Best part of all, you could share with your friends and family.
That's right.
This is the greatest deal. There are a bunch of VPNs out there, but us, honestly, the greatest deal, the most wide and unrestricted, guys. Check it out, Surfshark. If you use our code, go to surfshark.com/AngryJoeShow. Using our code AngryJoeShow will get you 4 extra months of the VPN. Do it now. It's a great service. And plus, one of the most important parts, it protects your data too. Added benefit. Okay, guys. Well, I hope you enjoy the video. Check it out.
We're going to talk a lot about stuff on the internet today, and it is so important to have a VPN nowadays to get access to the things that you need. So definitely, if you've been on the fence, listen to the news.
Now's a good time.
Now may be the time.
And they're cheap, man. So it's important. Check it out. Links down below. And Alex, what the hell has been going on in gaming news?
Sony is suing Tencent over a clone of its valuable, so they say valuable. I would also say valuable Horizon franchise
The
because
Japanese versus the Chinese.
yeah.
Old grudges are popping up. The Chinese has copied. Which game?
Horizon.
No, it is Vertical One
What?
Dusk, right?
Okay.
Light of Mortirum.
Light
Is
of
what- yeah, is-
Damn
is
it,
what
would have
Light
been
of-
cooler.
It says it's among its most valuable intellectual property.
Oh shit! I remember
You're telling
that.
me
Yeah,
That's not Horizon.
it's not Horizon, Joe. That's why they're suing him.
Yeah, it's
Robotic dinosaurs with a female protagonist, tribal. Wow, that's pretty blatant.
And is it close
I
to,
still
is it-
think,
This is Alloy.
you know, because I err on the side of caution. I still think, hey, it's a completely original game, you know, unless you're
Of course
using
you get-
assets from. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's the way copyright law
Yeah,
should work.
yeah, no, I
words with
get it.
friends and Scrabble. Or,
Yes,
you know,
no, I
it's
get
like,
it.
oh,
I
no.
understand, but you could,
But we
Blatantly
could call
see.
it a ripoff.
yes.
So put some stuff over here.
Yeah.
Light of Mortirum.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, but it's like what ultimately
It's
what-
not
what-
out yet. That's why they're doing it now, I guess.
Yeah.
Better sue them before they come out.
Upon information, so this is the quote, and so upon information and belief, sometime in 2023, and unbeknownst to Sony, Tencent started developing a video game called Light of Mortirum, which, just like Horizon, features a young redhead female protagonist and tribal groups fighting for survival among large robotic animals in a post-apocalyptic world.
Literally what I just said.
And apparently there's rumors that they reached out and they're like, hey, you know, let's, and then it's like, oh, you want that much money? No, we'll make our game. It'll be different than your game
I don't. They could at least tweak it a little bit more.
because ours goes dun 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
it's
dun, dun,
different.
dun.
It's different.
Dun,
It's very
dun.
different.
You gotta give your same
I
red
think
hair
it's funny.
too, though. It is.
I think it's funny. Fuck Sony. They've been doing a lot of bullshit lately, so fuck you. And they came to you first and said, hey, you want to work on a Horizon game together? Maybe a spin-off?
$1 billion.
I don't
Like,
know.
yeah, you goddamn mind. We're
Something
gonna make
different,
some.
male protagonist or a
Yeah,
battle
like
royale
so-
or something. And they're like, no. And they're like, all right, fine.
Fuck you. We'll just do it
We're
ourselves.
coming after you.
I don't need you.
So as long as you don't use the assets.
Yeah.
Because that's why you got the Pokemons and then
Well, they could.
oh shit.
Dragon Quest?
No.
Digimon.
Power World.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
Power World. My brain ain't working too well this morning. So Power World, that's why Power World can exist. Because this is basically the same thing. as
Can they
Pokemon.
still do the same thing they did for Dark and Darker? Kind of like postpone it, take them to court, and
So the
delay.
Joe, that's
That's probably what
the
they're gonna
sexy
do.
lady dungeon game, I think, is coming next week.
Oh, dungeon, yeah.
Where
Oh,
the
God.
clothes fly
oh no, I've been stabbed.
Dungeon
My
Stalker or
chest
something like
popped
that.
out.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yes, you do.
The
Just
reason that
reminded
they were
me.
able to do that is because it was employees who had worked for that company,
Okay.
and it's possible they could get a judge
I
to
would
do
assume
it.
so
but-
because it's Sony. They want to be dicks, so they probably want to postpone or
Next
kind of
week.
make it.
But it's tough because
Yeah,
you're trying to go.
is.
You're trying to go tell the Chinese what to do, and the Chinese, as
No,
far
I
as
get it.
copyright
I get
goes,
it. Yeah.
they don't like to listen. Microsoft, good news from Microsoft, guys. They had just found out they made $27.2 billion in 3 months.
Wow.
And then they're like, we
Jesus
made so much
Christ.
money, lay off 9,000 people.
They said, let's make even more money.
Corporations being corporations. Hey, I got a great idea. Why don't we just let corporations run amok and remove all restrictions and let's not have any regulations or guidelines or anything. That works out really great,
Stop
doesn't
it. You're
it?
going to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, I know. Well, you fuckers, I've been telling you about this for more than a decade now, and it just keeps getting worse and
It
worse
does.
because and maybe one day, I mean, most of you actually already agree. That's why you watch the show, and that's why you're watching AJS News. You're one of the good ones, but we just got to spread the word to other people that this is how it is. And if you're expecting corporations to, I don't know.
Care? Don't.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, that's why you got to support some of these smaller developers and medium-sized developers that value their employees because they know their employees' names and they know, they take care of them.
So if you're doing
Sometimes.
poorly, you're at a risk of getting fired, very high. You do well, you're at risk of getting fired.
That's fucking scary.
slightly
though.
less
Yeah.
risk, but mostly at risk as well. Okay, so where is there a point where I won't be at risk of getting fired?
You got to work for the Dying Light company. We just did a news, even though things weren't going so well, they're like, we're not laying anyone off.
Good.
We're going to keep our
Techland.
people, and we're going to make sure that, and it's like, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
And so it also builds
They're doing the
goodwill.
best they can.
Yeah.
Microsoft will drop you the second they feel like, it'll increase their stock price by, I don't know, a point.
They'll
Well-
drop you no matter what.
Or that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, there's probably a lot of real clenched buttholes over at Bioshock, because Take-Two is apparently overhauling the new game following failed internal reviews.
Oof.
They have ousted Cloud Chamber studio head Kelly Gilmore in a leadership reshuffle, and so they're changing a lot of things about the game because they weren't happy with it, according to reports. So,
Behind the scenes drama at the new Bioshock game?
yeah, and so this is according to Jason Schreier. It's not some random dude, on the internet making shit up. He said people familiar with the situation claim the next entry in the Bioshock series recently failed a review by executives at 2K Games, with the game's narrative highlighted as needing improvement and therefore being revamped in the coming months. So,
Bioshock 4. I'm not really, pining for it. That Levine guy has moved on and did his own, which is upcoming. I forget what that one was called. So this is going to be...
Judas?
Yeah, Judas.
Yeah. And so, according to 2K, they're fully committed to ensuring we deliver a Bioshock game that exceeds the lofty expectations of our fans. And so we don't know. I mean, we're not there for the test. Sometimes these game companies put out stuff that is just, I don't know how it got made, and I wish there had been more studio interference. And then there's a talented group of people that wanted something awesome, and then the studios ruined everything, like happens at WB.
I was going to see
all the
Mind's
time.
Eye. I was
Oh.
like, how did this get made?
Yeah. And so it's
Why
like-
did this get made?
Yeah, that I think is developer rather than publisher. And it's just like you don't know. So,
And to add on to that, you put that the Bioshock remake got shelved earlier this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Bioshock not in a good spot.
no.
Obviously, Ken Levine not a part of that at all. But so
Don't worry, it's a valuable IP with an interesting world. We'll get 3 TV shows and an anime and a movie because
Bioshock movie is in the works at Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're having trouble getting it started. Kind of reminds me of Borderlands. Borderlands is popular, but those creators are still involved, I think. Whereas Ken left and did Judas. So we'll see if I don't know, 2K can write the Bioshock 4 ship and get us excited when it starts to make its debut, but it's not going well right now behind the scenes. Maybe the director got a little too ambitious and tried to do some things that weren't working, and they're gonna have to do some reorganization.
I mean,
they're already doing it.
Yeah, it's tough because it's such a political game. And maybe they don't want that. I don't know. You can't say anything without pissing absolutely everybody off at all times. So
I don't think they're worried about the political, side of it.
must
They
have
already had that,
everyone.
and the game came out. So I think it has to do with more, are we just gonna remake the 3? Are we gonna do Infinite? Are we remaking 2? Like, what interesting mechanics can we utilize? What game engine are we doing? And that kind of
Space
stuff.
is when you run out of ideas.
Well,
Or
yeah.
no.
How dare you, Joe?
We did
Sci-fi
Underwater.
is my fave.
We did Underwater.
I'm talking about
I don't
horror.
run out of
Cloud
ideas.
Cities, and then they go to They go to the moon, and there are sharks.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they
Mars, and they dug
Yes!
too deep. Yes, no, I was not going there.
He
but
did it.
Yeah, I can immediately see the disappointment in your
Doesn't-
face when we did
doesn't
Shark
count
Side of the
when he
Moon
does it.
versus Ghosts of Mars. All
It's a
right.
bad movie. Both bad.
Bad things happening over in the UK. There's new Online Safety Act in place where people are. You got to make sure that you put your ID in the internet because you better
This
not be.
one went to 11, and they ramped it up way too much.
Yeah, so,
I don't want it.
You better not be looking at adult stuff without letting the government know that you're an adult. And they put out nearly 2/3 of Brits surveyed about the UK's new age verification laws think the changes aren't effective, and people aren't in support of them in the first place. It's a long line of things we'll be talking about today of people like you don't do what you want to do, and it's like, but I'm a person, I'm a grown person, I should be able to do what I want to do, and
We
there's
need an adultier adult.
yeah. Yeah. So that's not good, and that leads into what something that's more in our neck of the woods, which is YouTube has started using AI to determine how old you are and to feed you age-appropriate content. And so they're gonna look at your search history on YouTube.
I was gonna say that's gonna be a terrible idea because they're gonna be like, "Oh, you're a goddamn child." It's like, no, I just like stupid. I watch stupid things. My algorithm is fucked, and
Don't let
I am
OJ
an
come
adult.
over to your house because he will grab the remote and start looking up ridiculous stuff
I
on
will
YouTube.
ruin your algorithm.
And then
algorithm.
the dumbest shit by the dumbest people will be like, you want to watch this? It's like, no, I've already told you I don't want to watch this. And so I imagine this is going to go over great. My algorithm thinks I'm a 97-year-old woman that watches nothing but like weird cooking videos and like random like DIY stuff. But I don't know.
I wonder where I'm gonna get either. I don't know, kids, or
You do look up like probably the amount of Legos and stuff, and the cryptid stuff that you look at.
That's great.
They're definitely going to think child.
it's a little podcast about cryptid. Well, I don't like it. It's gonna be stupid.
Ultimately, I don't think this is a good thing. I mean,
It's not.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not.
trying to respond to pressures from the government and interest groups, and nothing good happens when any of that stuff goes on. It's just not good for the YouTube environment.
Nope.
Then we'll talk about Battlefield. Battlefield has pretty much.
That's a big one.
They've been on the attack this week and pretty much just targeting Call of Duty. They have said that they put out a big showcase. They're trying to get back into. They kind of fell out because they put out an awful video game
They tried something new, didn't work.
that no one wanted, that everyone told them they didn't want, and they did it anyway to try to make more money. So it's not that they just tried something new. They were trying to force something
And
upon
follow a
us.
stupid trend. Yeah.
Right, following stupid trends, trying to grab fucking hero shooter players, trying to grab other types of shooter Call of Duty players. You fucked up.
It's not you.
You done fucked it up.
Stick to what we like.
So
Right.
we covered their
And
showcase.
now you want adoration and praise for going back to what we wanted, right? And I've been seeing some of the videos there. I have concerns about the shotguns. I have concerns about recoilless fucking light machine guns. Yes, it's duplicating real life machine guns that are recoilless right now. But still, I'm worried about that. And then 4-player squads. Just don't remind me of 2042. We need to completely shake up the structures and the meta here. Not shake it up, but go back to the classics, which is Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4 with larger squads. Don't make me feel like we're just playing 2042 with a skin of Battlefield 3.
Yeah. Recoilless sounds stupid. Because if we do that, then there's no sniper wins anymore, and then you die the second you show up because that's what snipers actually work. It's like, we don't want that kind of realism. We want, like, fun balance.
But we had this big old document of tons and tons of stuff that I was looking for, and it hit almost every single one. So I'm happy. I'm excited. We got the beta coming up this week.
Yeah.
So we will be playing it. We're not paid influencers. EA didn't fly us out and stuff, so we can give you it raw and hard.
Just like you.
Wait, raw and honest.
Honest. They've also, like I said, they attack Call of Duty in particular. It sounds like because they're like, hey, our download size can be as low as 55 gigs versus 200 gig mega files.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
So you have PlayStation.
What the fuck is
I can only have one game in this console.
Your bloated 125 gigabytes or something. You may only play one game.
Yeah.
And that's as big as it's ever going to get. I think the biggest
80.
is 80 if you download fucking everything. Probably their Battle Royale, their Firestorm, everything. But you'll be running at 50.
Yeah. They've also said that it's got to be grounded, pretty much saying the same things that everyone else is. Like, you're not going to see Nicki Minaj. They said, I don't think it needs Nicki Minaj. And so we're not going to see
the skin,
Beavis running around and killing people.
Turtles.
At least not initially. I actually do not trust EA here. There's been countless news stories actually also popping up that this is a platform. This is a live service platform.
Oh, for sure.
That means we are selling stuff. So I just don't believe them on that.
You think they're going to do characters, or you think?
I hope not. I don't want them to.
They'll probably do like the Chinese dragon skins and stuff, and so you have like the tusks that they did, I think, in Battlefield 2042. It's slightly more realistic. It's not Beavis and Butthead, but it could still get pretty crazy.
It would be like operators that would make sense within the universe, and I think that's what everyone kind of wants is like stuff that makes sense within the universe. Because what Pax Armada is the name
hate
of the bad guys?
This countryless bullshit.
This countryless group of mercenaries. And it's like, okay,
expats or whatever.
It's possible that.
It reminds me of 2042.
Badlandia.
See, there's still a few lingering things left because they wanted to do 2043 or 2045 or whatever the fuck they were going to do, right? So there's tiny elements left over. It's that generic no expats, stuff that the world is changing, and then the maximum 4-player squads, one of each type.
Bad guys from Badlandia.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to go over there. It's dangerous.
Don't go to Badlandia. They're bad. And also...
keep it generic.
Yeah.
Back to
keep
shoes on the floor.
Keep your shoes on the floor.
Shoes on the floor.
Shoes on the floor. We'll get there.
That's legally distinct. You can't sue us, Call of Duty.
True.
Yeah. You're going to get a job over at Tencent if you keep coming up with these great
the shoes on the floor.
alternate ideas for video games. Yeah.
Yes.
Soon.
Yeah. All right, what you got over there?
I got a Superman story.
Oh, wonderful!
You motherfuckers! I was hiding it the whole time. You thought I was gonna get past 1 week without talking about Superman? Are you stupid? Are you fucking stupid?
What did he do now?
What did he do now? I'll tell you what he did. He held strong yet again. Only suffering a 44% drop, which is the smallest drop they've ever had from week to week. So this man has legs. Meanwhile, Fantastic Four suffered a catastrophic drop. So it came out around the same level of Superman in its opening weekend, but now First Step saw a devastating 80% drop on its second Friday. That is fucking huge. It's not apparently as rewatchable as Superman, and I had some of that feeling. I even said it in my review. It's like I'd watch Fantastic Four again, but I'd rather watch Superman again. Now, granted, I had seen Superman like 3-4 times by that point, so that had already held true.
66%.
It's 66%, but if you compare Friday to Friday only,
Yeah,
that's
but-
an 80% drop. So 66%, and it had the same amount of theaters. It didn't go down in theaters at all. Meanwhile, so it's crazy. Superman actually increased theaters from week to week. People,
Surprise.
not week 1 to week 2, it increased theaters. But so that is probably going to put Superman domestically the biggest opening of any superhero film this year, domestically. Now, remember, Superman likely to end as the highest-grossing comic book movie of the year globally? No. That I don't believe. Because internationally, well, maybe. We'll check. We'll check to see if there's anything else. What's huge coming out? I don't think there's anything that's... Oh, $1 billion. Yeah. Avatar. That's December.
Yeah.
So there will be
but
$1 billion, but
yeah.
that's not a comic book movie.
No, I mean, Lilo and Stitch did $1 billion. It's like, how?
$1 billion D.
Harm means leave your family behind with somebody else.
But despite it flopping overseas, it's probably going to end up being numero uno in the U.S. amongst comic book movies, which, WB's happy with. I know all the Snyder bots are crying right now and want to paint it as a flop, and compare it with Man of Steel, which, back then movie tickets were less expensive. More people were going to the movies pre-COVID. Those were different times. And so the studio is happy with all of its production, all of its legs. And that is going to mean when you have legs like this, a lot of people don't realize there's a whole other market here coming. And that is the VOD stuff. You got your Amazon, your HBO Max, and stuff like that, which is when you have a film with that much legs, it carries into the secondary market, and it's going to make a lot of money there. So that's why that can be considered a profit instead of, it didn't make $800 million. It would have, by the way, if it had done as well internationally as Man of Steel did, it probably would have hit 800, and we'd be talking about. Now that sucks because I wish that was our alternate reality, because I guarantee you we'd fast track Superman 2 straight up. Not whatever James is trying to do next, which he said is not exactly a Superman sequel, but it's got Superman in it. And then I think he recently said it's not World's Finest, so I'm worried about that project. So if it's not a Batman v Superman, and it's not World's Finest,
I don't want a Batman v Superman.
what the fuck is it? Right, I don't want a Batman v Superman.
No.
I want World's Finest where they team up.
Yes.
It's okay if they fight initially, but they got to team up. And Batman v Superman from Zack Snyder, it doesn't feel like they team up. They kinda at the end, but just to kill off Superman is just not wholly unsatisfying. That film fucking sucks. Anyways, so the Superman news is good, and so I'll probably do a vlog at some point during this week. You can't stop me. You don't have to watch it, Chad or Chad. Twitch. You don't have to fucking watch it. But I've got some thoughts after having watched it so many times. What works? What's convinced me? And then I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I bought a new shirt down there. And Joe's seen it.
Devil's advocate. Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
It still needs to make a lot more money before it's in the break-even point.
Oh, no, it's already broken even, and it's already making profit. It's just not making massive profit.
Well, the current estimates are over $400 million total with marketing and budget.
Yeah, well, that's not you don't have the exact estimates. What I've got is 225 and 100 million in marketing. Zack Snyder and a lot of the bots. So those numbers haven't been released, so we can argue all day on whether it's broken even or not. Yeah. But the studios has already said that they're happy with it. It has broken even, and then plus it's making profit right now. And then you consider the secondary market. You consider the merchandising. It's a profit for them, no doubt.
Well, yeah, I mean, for everything. I'm just like, for box office, I mean, according to Google, it's 125 to 200 million estimates for marketing. So
right, that's a wide range. There's a huge difference between 125 and 200 million. If it's 200 million, then it hasn't broken. even. If it's 125, then it has broken even and it's already made profit. This is why we don't, without exact numbers, we can't really say.
Well, it would be 350 at 125, and then so you need to double that amount.
That's also, it may not necessarily be that case. If you double that amount, go ahead and do the math on that.
700.
Okay. In order to make 700 million to break even, it would have to go into VOD.
I have no doubt that it's going to make money with everything else, but as far as like box office, if they're like just movie theaters, but I mean they look at everything else, but that's why I worry about like
the most successful comic book movie domestically is, and the studios prepare for this as well, because post-COVID the numbers are going to be different. I mean, not everything is going to be. I mean, last year a comic book movie made more than $1 billion. And so people are saying, well, the days of comic book movies making more than $1 billion or $1 billion are over. No.
Yeah, I don't think
not
so.
necessarily. I guarantee you the new X-Men, whenever that shit comes out, that's going to be $1 billion. The Avengers is going to be $1 billion, I guarantee you. What else is coming that could hit $1 billion? Now, I don't know why everybody...
maybe...
But what? Oh,
Batman,
yeah, Batman?
maybe?
Maybe.
Oh,
I don't think the first one made $1 billion. I don't know. We'll see. But it is important for these studios to bring the budgets down, because I think the overall point that there is superhero a little bit of atrophy at this point is true.
You don't think that paying Robert Downey Jr. $100 million is a good way to keep within budget?
Fucking hell!
Say
If that's how
ain't
much
so.
if that's how much he's making, that's
It's across all the projects,
It's
but
not worth
it's
it.
100. I think they reported $100 million. It's like, what the fuck?
not worth it.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And by the way, going back to you saying, oh, well, that didn't make a profit. Well, the Man of Steel didn't make a profit either. If you want to do times 2, times 2.5, and you adjust for inflation, adjust the budget for inflation, Man of Steel didn't make its money. So I guess, and this is why I had all the projections for Superman conservative and low, because I know the Superman brand is not as big, at least now, as Batman. And that was back when the rest of the world still watched him. There has to be a reason why it flopped internationally. And I think there's several factors to that. And I don't want to get into it here. That's a separate video. It'll be in my vlog. Okay, so there you got that Superman story. I got one more for you. It is Silent Hill. So the flood of Silent Hill previews, they've started putting out videos. They started putting out articles and things, and you could see footage of the gameplay. But when you look at it, oh man, press F to parry. It's a lot of combat. It seems maybe a little bit too much combat. It's looking a little bit more like fucking Dark Souls. But, I mean, Silent Hill had combat. Yeah. When you go back and think about it, it's combat. You just don't think about it like a Silent Hill where it's a big open area and you're fighting a big boss. That wasn't really Silent Hill. And this one is looking like a lot more of that.
I would think like the action would be
How would you feel about that?
That's too much act. Like I don't.
You don't want too much?
No, because like I like the other Silent Hills. Like, oh, you have limited ammo. You gotta. Well, not me, because I saved all my bullets. But it's like you only fight when you have to. Other than that, you're trying to run away and survive. If it's just gonna turn into an action game, it's gonna ruin the tension and the horror.
That's the modern philosophy for horror games, though. Is they're action first, horror second.
Yeah.
And that's why I've been less excited for them. And nothing about this game leads me to believe that it is back to the good old days of Silent Hill. Hopefully it's good. I'm going to play it, but I'm not crazy excited for this one. I don't even know when it releases. Is it this year? Next year?
When does it? September 25th, so it's right around the corner.
Yeah, wasn't on my radar. I don't really care all that much.
But you're the Silent Hill guy.
I love Silent Hill, but Silent Hill hasn't been Silent Hill.
It's too much action.
Yeah, you're a Battlefield guy. You've been playing lots of, and it's just like, oh.
Damn, they've been doing you that dirty in the Silent Hill franchises. They've been doing as dirty as us in the
They've been
Battlefield.
fucking up all his games. They fucked up his Magic. They fucked up his Diablo.
They did. They fucked up his Magic. They fucked
They're
up his
fucking up his
Diablo. They
Silent
fucked up his Silent Hill.
Yeah,
I don't know. This Silent Hill, I think, is gonna work. I
hope
think this
so,
is gonna
but
be a
again, like, I
solid
don't-
Silent Hill. Even if it
don't
looks like
want
there's a
too
lot
much.
of combat and a lot of action, there better still be that horror element. There better still be that atmosphere and that tension and the good story.
Does bother you? It's not.
Because you can still work.
It's not in Silent Hill.
There's Resident Evil has proven that you can still do it. You still have that action.
Yeah, like
but so you
unlimited
still
ammo.
have
for
that
me,
horror.
that's not true. Because for me, Resident Evil is a franchise.
Well, there's a
that
bad example. Oh, that was a bad example because there are Resident Evil giraffe, dick sucking giraffe. It's not a good example.
I didn't like much of Village. I didn't think it. I think there were parts that were really cool, but I think for the most part, that game was not something that I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like that went way more into like action-y stuff. And it's not. That franchise has also turned into something that like I'm not super excited about.
There's a 30-minute gameplay video out here with no commentary. I bet you if we watch this, we get a good idea of what's that feeling like.
I want to be scared.
And by scanning through it,
Yeah,
it looks
exactly.
it looks scary. It looks legit.
Turn
I
the
think
lights
Silent
off.
Hill is gonna do all right. Yeah,
I hope so. No one over at that studio has been like, we didn't want to make it too scary. It's like, no, I want it to be too scary.
yeah, but then the money goes away, and then what? Ultimately, when they're too big a corporation, it's not an indie
We have to
developer.
dumb it down.
That stuff matters.
It's like, we got to dumb it down. It's like, oh, but I don't want to dumb it down. Make it dumber.
I want horror.
Make it dumber. Okay, and yeah, I already talked. Let's see. I already talked about Superman. By the way, it passed Man of Steel domestically. So Man of Steel was 291, and that was at the end of its multiple run month. We're only in its fourth week of Superman, and we're at 316.
What I love about in a related story, all of these people who used to not know what inflation are so happy because the amount of times I've heard people like adjust, like people arguing with each other about
But if you
inflation.
adjusted for inflation, Man of Steel made $1 gajillion.
And I just love that these people are finally learning like basic economic principles. Now I just can't wait for tariffs to happen next. So
Do you think they'll learn about tariffs next?
I think there are a lot of people in the United States.
Tax
next
on you.
in the
That's
next
what
6
it is.
months are
About to find out.
Yeah, about to find out exactly how all of it works.
Okay, so that's what we got right there. Actually, got so much more.
Next week
Bunch
is
of
big.
stuff came out, including a THQ thing that was super solid,
Yeah.
and other stories. So watch our second news story. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to our sponsor. Click the links down below. Protect yourself and get access to everything that you deserve. And we'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.